The reason one hates is because, as I say, it is a deficiency that you see uh, consciously, but it's more implicit. And the psychology of it is you're basically seeing that deficiency and to make yourself feel better because you are in a scarcity mindset, you're not seeing that you can attain that because you're just as good as whatever you're hating or whatever person you're hating on. You're just as good and capable to attain that thing you're hating on. So what you do is you hate and you almost play this mental gymnastic in your head where you're minimizing the success. So it's basically a cope to make yourself feel better. And you're saying, let's say for example, it's a car. You say, that car, I don't like his red car. That's ugly because you feel like in your psychology you're not good enough to get your own red Ferrari or whatever. So you're saying, I don't like that. And it's a code because you're minimizing it and you're saying, I can get better. Or I can't get better, so I have to make it seem like it's not as good as it is. So, yeah, next clip is me actually telling you the times I've hated. So, that's basically the psychology of a hater. So, this was all the times, well, some of the times, two examples of when I was a hater. And I'm going to preface by saying you don't want to do stuff like this because it's essentially saying you're in a scarcity mindset. So, you're in a scarcity mindset because you're seeing what someone else has and you're seeing deficiencies in yourself. And you're essentially telling yourself you can't get it indirectly. You're indirectly saying that because you're hating. I mean, it's that simple. So the first time, or the first example, I mean, was when in high school. Unfortunately, both of these were, well, actually, I mean, the second example, it was people from my high school, but after high school. But in high school, this one dude that I had like freshman year class with, um, he had like a Subaru something, and the reality is I've always kind of like loved or hate those cars. Now I really don't like them. I don't really notice them. They're kind of not really my type of car. They do have like a really strong fan base, I think. I think people love the WRX and all those like um, modded looking car. I don't know what they're called, but he got that car, and I was just for whatever reason I criticized it in front of him. I guess that was better that I wasn't like doing it behind his back, but I had said like that car was gay or whatever, and that's just not something I'm proud of. Looking back, I'm just like that was so cringe. Because I mean, I do. I mean, it was true at the time, and now I don't like those cars, but that's something you keep to yourself, really. Because if you're on your purpose, you're efficient enough to get your own nice things. You're not going to be focused on someone else. You're going to be so enveloped in your own world that you're not even have time to comment or think of anybody else's things. So it's just a scarcity. And yeah. And then the next example, this one I feel even more bad about. Looking back, I'm just like, another thing is just you don't just want to not hate, you also not want to hang around haters because that also makes, humans are funny because we're dynamic in that way. We have these attributes and then we become the sum of what's around, and it can sometimes suppress or encourage certain behaviors. So in this case, we were haters because we saw deficiencies in ourselves. And if you saw the last video about all the times I got punked or humiliated, I talk about my best friend, who I thought was my best friend. Um, he was so whatever for whatever reason he was in scarcity, and we used to hang out, and we used to pretty much just hang out and just hate on people and just commiserate. And I mean, looking back, I could really analyze it and see, the human psychology, and it'll definitely be a topic in other videos. But in this case, there was this one dude that I actually knew for many years, and we weren't really close. Like when we lived close to each other, um, we lived in like the same area when I was like in middle school or like something like that. Um, we went to like the same elementary school, I think, and um, I kind of knew him from the neighborhood for in like 2010, I think this was. So we were like 11 or something, and he was actually like, even after high school, you can just tell from like Instagram and shit, people were like higher status, and in this case, I think he maintained that status, and he played football, I want to say, and he had high status, like always was one of the popular kids in school, and he was liked by everybody. And us being haters, we used to like fraternize under the assumption that we would hate on the actual popular people, the high status people in this case. And uh, after high school, I think he posted like a video of him wanting to sing and was showcasing his singing. And we posted like under anonymous accounts, like I remember saying like sugar booty ass, like something like that, and some like super hating. Um, for whatever reason, I thought that was like hilarious, sugar booty, and like this is so gay. Like, why are you even trying to sing? And looking back, not this one hurts more because this he was. I didn't say earlier, but he was actually always like cool with me. He never actually hated, and I guess for whatever reason, we didn't really get that close. But I remember, I want to see he came to my birthday party, um, like what was that, like fifth grade? No, sixth grade or something. But it was like when Black Ops 1 came out, so 2010 or 2011 or whatever. So this was like a decade and a half ago. Um, but he wasn't. I remember him always being like a sweet kid, like not a dick to me. And I remember even in middle school, um, there was like some kids like messing with me, and he told them to stop. Like he was always cool with me, and that's why I feel so bad about it. Because being in the orbit of haters, I kind of was starting to hate on someone who, when I should have really been hating the haters. But these are just lessons I want to talk about that you guys should pick up on. If any younger guys watch this, like, never be a hater because you're just in scarcity at that point, and you just want to, don't be that. It's just a sad place to be. And I really, you know, part of me wants to say the universe gave me payback for that, but I mean, who knows? But I do believe in karma, so these are just things that I meditate on, and I look at the human psychology of it, and it's definitely things I hope people learn from. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that one. Cringe stories. Learn from my mistakes.